Which brings us to the good, the bad and the ugly, Gary.
Daniel Lloyd for the Giants. We often talk about players taking shots from goal where they can't kick them from. Now, this is a man who knows his ability. He goes back, right? So there's a few options on. I reckon that's Taranto that hits up there. He could hit him. He says, nah.
He Babe Ruithed it. He put the finger up.
He John O'Browned it. He said, "Have a look at this," and he just takes his time.
I never did that before.
Has a little bit of a deep breath.
We were screaming at the TV at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Lay it off.
Yeah. Why
He's one of the great kicks, this bloke.
Have a look at him flush this. So anyway, the bottom line is know your ability when you're having a shot. If you're going to take your shot from outside 50, kick it like this bloke.
Wow.
Otherwise, get the ball moving.
Yeah, far too many take that shot and get it touched on the line. Hey, I know we criticised the Western Bulldogs midfield earlier in the show, but one thing that stood out in the first term in particular was Marcus Bontempelli's desire to get back in front of the Hawthorn key forwards. This is all in the first 10 minutes of the game. He still won plenty of the footy. He still pumped it inside 50, but he did this as well. He got back and he did the team thing. So he was one midfielder that, at least at the start of the game, went both ways.
Good. I'm going to go to Dane Zorko, my old mob, the Brisbane Lions. He's been outstanding, really, in the back half of the year. Captain Courageous, he was sensational again on Saturday night in their demolition of the Magpies. The Lions are well and truly back, and Dane Zorko has been leading the charge beautifully. He could possibly win a 5th best and fairest. It's amazing, isn't it? So, second only to the great Bulldog Murray. He's been on fire. Have a look at his numbers there. They're AFL ranks. They're not Brisbane Lions ranks. He stacks up against anyone since round 9.
Straight into the All-Australian side again. I saw a world record at the MCG. Bailey Fritz, or the Fritz Magnet, as Dwayne Russell calls him. Have a look at the time. 1 minute and 28 seconds left on the clock. Bang, goes through his first goal. With 48 seconds of play remaining, bang, goes through his second goal. And to make it 3 in 88 seconds, Bailey Fritz has kicked 3 goals in the shortest period of time in the history of the game. I checked the records today. No one has kicked more goals in lesser time. So well done. A world record to Bailey Fritz.
Beautiful.
Great stat,
I love that, Jetta. I don't know if I can follow that up, but this derby yesterday was unsociable, it was mean, it was nasty, and I knew they were playing for keeps when I saw this. One of the great players, one of the great fair players. David Mundy goes to give him the hand up, little flying Ryan, and he says, "Oh, thanks, Dave, nice man." No, I got you. Yes. And the best thing is I pinched it off Rui, and he's not happy.
You're welcome, Gaz, for that one. Hey, this has crept into the game, and it looks terrible for the players that are guilty of it. And Zach Langdon is not Robinson Crusoe in that, but don't worry about the umpire. Chase the player that's got the footy rather than arguing. There'll be plenty of time for that when the ball's left your area. Just not a good look, this boys.
No. Terrible.
You called it well on the day. I think we all noted that. Now, let's have a look at so the Tigers can't make the finals now. Or they'd have to have something extraordinary enough to happen on the weekend. But it's a bit of a furphy, this uncontested marks against. Yeah. If you actually look it up, so uncontested marks in the AFL was an average of about 80. This year it's gone up by just shy of 4 across the competition. So it hasn't gone up as much as we all think it has, as much as some of the coaches have been saying the game's changed remarkably. And have a look at this. Richmond have conceded their uncontested marks. So when they won the premiership comfortably in 2019, they conceded about 88. They've only conceded about 3 more this year.
Not much.
So it's all about defensive intent. Okay. They need to sort their back line out. We know they've had some injuries, but they need to sharpen up. Get better again when the opposition's got the ball, because they have leaked all year and teams have been able to march through them far too easily, and the game hasn't changed that much.
Sharpen up is the message to the boundary umpire. Ark's had a good year, but it still doesn't take away responsibility to boundary umpire. Look at him sitting there on the point post. Now he's right there where the ball hits, and he gets called into action. He wants to have an opinion. He says, "No, I missed it." Well, if you can't see it there, then you need to improve your technique, because that there suggests that you should have had the capacity to say, or play on, or whatever it is. Get involved, boundary umpire.
Like it, Jared.
Ugly. Sitting at home having a nice cup of tea, thinking, I'm going to get a go here on the couch with the boys. And Jared's just laced him.
You've got an ugly.
Oh, yeah.
They're the only boundary umpire to get a go this year.
That's right.
All right, I'll go. This needs to be tightened up before the final start. Now, I'm big on this. Have a look at this with McGovern, takes the mark. The big fella, the big Hodor, stands the mark, right? He's saying to the umpire, hey, he's 2 metres off his line, and he's still hasn't called play on. He can't move, Sean Ryan. And there you go. And looks, he says, what hope have I got? You umpires, when the finals come around, as soon as they go, you call play on quick sticks.
Jeez, the umpires are sore after this segment.
Gaz. Good to see you with a bit of passion finally,
sticks.
Gary. I like it. Sometimes you see a player just do something that you're not quite sure what's going through their head, and this was one of those moments on the weekend with Jake Melksham.
Well, he's desperate to get a Guernsey.
I love Jake Melksham.
He knows his spot on the line.
I love him as a player, but I'm not sure that was his best kick. Good from you, Gaz.
Oh, no. Nothing worse than senior players giving away goals at either end of the ground. So early in the game last week, Jack Rewald goes back and kicks one, but his wingman, Tommy Lynch, gives away a silly free kick. Didn't need to. And then at the other end, in the Port Adelaide-Carlton game, Adam Sard, who retaliates, just completely lost his mind, gave away a free kick. And obviously the goal is going to be taken there from 25 metres out. So senior players giving away free kicks, costing their team.
I want to talk about another Tom Lynch as my ugly. I cannot believe that the Crows are about to send this bloke on a walk to another club. Now, Tom Lynch is 30 years of age. Roger Federer is still thinking about playing tennis at 40 years of age. David Mundy was nearly best on ground yesterday at 36 years of age. You're in rebuild mode and you put Talia and Tom Lynch on the market. It just baffles me why you would do that when you're trying to rebuild.
Straight to the Gold Coast, Jared, with Tom Lynch.
Well, he'll go somewhere.
What they need.
I'm not sure it will help his complexion, the Gold Coast, but that's the only negative in that one. Thursday night, no footy. Friday night, the final game and round of the year. Friday night, you've got two of the great finals coming up. The Bulldogs versus Port Adelaide. And the Bulldogs desperately need to find some form.
Top four at stake there, Jared. That's massive.
It's a ripper.